Alright, hello. Now it's been 2 days since I've streamed. Played a little a couple days ago. Here's everything I got done. I don't remember if I had this, but I don't think I did. I upgraded this to HSS-S. So now I don't use as much power on these. Awesome. That's one of my big things I got done. Literally the only thing other than that that's like a major thing, is my turbines. I only had one. Oh, these are loud. I'll turn these off for now. I had only one running on loose mode. It was creating, I believe, around 30 some EU per tick. And now I'm getting 49,000 from near about the same amount of nitrobenzene. If it was one turbine less, I'd be using the same amount of nitrobenzene to get that power. And I would be getting more from just those 5. Although I'm using the same amount, I'm getting more. I just added 6 because it looks clean. It would look weird with just 5 of them on here. I decided to go for a tower because this is actually kind of the easiest way to wall share that I could figure out. So maybe you could put them on the bottom and then do them horizontally, but I think it's actually nicer for me, at least anyway, to just do a big tower like that. So yeah, I expanded this up to the 2nd floor so I have space for everything here. Now once I move the nitrobenzene setup, this little thing here will go. It's just for now my nitrobenzene's at my old base, so I'm ender tanking it here still. But you can see I'm making a really nice nearly 50,000 EU per tick. When my quad EBF is running, I get up to around 40,000. So I calculated it. Or no, I didn't calculate it. When my quad EBF isn't running, it says it will take about 2 hours to fill my base. And then I calculated if just my 38,000 that I'm using right now, if just this was draining, as if I turned off all these turbines. And it said I would be empty in about 4 hours if I'm remembering correctly, which actually kind of sucks. What that means is I need a better supercapacitor here. But that's a problem for another day. In the future, I can technically get by. It's just for now I'll have to manually be flipping these on and off for a little bit. Until I just set up the redstone that you can do to do it. But instead I'm working on other things. I believe this is a new addition here, actually, too. This I didn't do on stream. So this, I just get the gas tiers that I've been getting. I use water. I get salt water out of this, as well as potassium and lithium dust. I don't need this output hash here. Where this? Right? Yeah. The reason that's there is because originally I had another electrolyzer on top of this, or sorry, I had another chemical reactor on top of this, and then I realized it needs to be a chemical reactor or an electrolyzer to process the salt water and get it out chlorine and hydrogen. So that's why that was there, but okay. Anyway, so that's about everything I've done. Oh, I guess one more thing too is I've just been doing a ton of crafting. I was making some aluminum, made some more steel. If I look up aluminum, I crafted a ton of stuff just into plates and rods and wires just to be ready when I need those things. I made a ton of tungsten steel dust, and I'm making a ton of ingots of it right now. That's what my quad EBFs are doing. As well as one of them, I have a lot of this HSS-E dust in there. These are what I used for the turbines. These are a very good material. I also set that up so I can craft those if I need them. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'll mention one more thing. So I'm crafting all the tungsten steel, because when that is done, I'll finally, supposedly, be able to make the Dangote distillus. For like my third try of trying to make it, which I make here in this Exxon Chemical mobile plant. It takes LUV power, which is a tier above IV. I have EV energy hatches in now. I tried putting a ton of them to get LUV power, but it didn't work. So I believe with just 2 IV energy hatches, I would be able to craft the Dangote distillus, this right here. And then crafting this, you can see in distillation tower mode, I get 12 parallels, 350% speed. That will just go into my nitrobenzene production and greatly help there, because that is one of the biggest bottlenecks of it right now. And it would be if I just built 4 distillery towers, it would probably still be one of the big bottlenecks. So, yep. But in order to get IV energy hatches that can go into there, it has to be IV tier. The multi-block has to be IV tier, which means these machine casings here need to be IV machine casings. Each require 8 tungsten steel plates, and I need 57, so I need 400 some tungsten steel to be smelted. And I'm a little over halfway done with that. So in the meantime, I was looking, well, what's after my energy setup's all good and located here, and I'm getting power now, so actually I'm not that worried about my nitrobenzene setup, which is really funny. But I'm not actually that worried anymore because I have a lot of power here, and I'll be turning it off at some point. This is just really efficient. It did, if you look at the turbines, simply put, it turned my nitrobenzene production to 175% of what I was getting, so it nearly doubled it. So, like, that improved my power just building these instead of the stupid HV turbines that I was using that I shouldn't have been. So power is kind of taking a backseat once again in some ways. I'm still going to get that Dangote distillus though at the very least, and then I'll have all these multi-blocks out here and ready to go. And I'll see though if I still move it over or not. What I might end up doing, the only other multi-block in my setup that I don't have or can't get right now is this. I really want this tree growth simulator. This is just a better, lag-free, not as ugly way to get a lot of logs, as well as saplings and apples and leaves, I guess. Because right now I just have a ton of IC2 crops planted. If I just do this, though, it's great. The problem with this, the casings are actually extraordinarily cheap, surprisingly, for the cost of the actual multi-block. That tells me that probably, like, in the history of the mod pack, this wasn't this tier, like you could get this earlier. But now it requires some ridiculous stuff, so this isn't that crazy. I mean, I've made one of those. That's what I have to make for the Dangote distillus, because I've needed to make those before already. This. I can get this. I could also get right now if I wanted. I'm sure. I'll check. Just making sure that I'm not going to have any huge surprises. EV power, yep, I can do that. I need some yttrium, sure. Yeah, so I can do everything here, and then the only thing I haven't looked at is these field generators. Look at that. Triple HSS-S is actually fine. Quantum Star is actually fine. It's this damn ZPM circuit. So I'm thinking now, because I'm kinda actually close to ZPM circuits, you can see in the quest book, they're right here, and once I start moving along, once I get to like here, I'll quickly be able to get up there easily. I just have to get to this quest basically, and I'm like 2 away from it, and this one's free. It's just I don't have some of the stuff to really get in there good right now. So actually, do I even need to go to the moon first? It's the craziest things in here. Okay, actually the only crazy things are these, which I've already made, and I looked at the recipe and they're actually so easy to make anyway. These qubits, which you get from quantum eyes or indium gallium phosphide and radon. Which one's easier? Well, this is... Isn't this obvious? This uses more radon up here. Arsenic and gallium and enterize. This uses only a tiny bit of radon. Takes longer. And it uses indium instead. Gallium and phosphorus. And indium is supposedly hard to get, but it's not really that bad in a way. So I don't know. Anyways, it's not terribly difficult to get up to here. I guess I could start just working towards it straight now, get it, and then build the tree thing, and then I'm good, and then I'm really happy with power. But what I was getting at though, well, I guess yeah, it's just soldering alloy for these. Just soldering alloy for this one too, yeah. So I was gonna move towards the rocket for this ingot, which gets me the wafers, which have better ratios on everything. Apparently graphene too. Yeah, that makes it a little bit easier to get graphene, I guess. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. So guess I don't need that. Why do I even need to go to the moon at all? Or Venus? I guess I haven't seen anything that tells me why. Yeah, it says pop on by Mercury and collect some deep iron if you haven't already, which implies you might not have by the time you get all the way to this quest. Which this... Which, like, yeah, that's a lot of quest over here. So supposedly you can do a lot of this tier without going to Mercury, it said, which is a tier 4. Well, that might change my plans again. Maybe I do just go next for this. What kind of circuits does the rocket take? Because I guess I didn't really look, but it looked fine. Or I probably looked at some point and just forgot. I mean, yeah, these are IV circuits here, and I think that's really the only spot. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So what I was gonna get at, but now I'm changing my mind. Um, well, okay. Anyway, I was saying the whole reason I was looking for the Rocket Tier 3, or what I'm doing right now, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now, which I haven't even talked about, is because to get these thermal helmets, you need molten polybenzimidazole, and that's what I was working on right now over here. But now I don't know if I care, because if I'm not going to the moon right now, I don't care. It is nice to have this though, and this isn't the most complicated thing in the world to get, but I don't think I care. um, so I've already looked through this whole process. The phenol gets recycled. So my inputs, there's a lot of inputs actually. I guess chlorine, benzene, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, potassium. I think it's just nitric acid for that too. Chrome. There's my oxygen you need. 1,2-dimethylbenzene, copper, and zinc over here, and ammonia. A lot of different inputs. The phenol gets recycled. It's the only thing pretty much. You get like some sulfuric acid back and some, I think that's on one other step maybe. But that's only half of what you used. Or I guess 2/3 according to that. I thought it was half. Really? Oh, you get 2/3. Interesting. Um, and then you get something else back in this. The phenol that gets recycled completely. That's a lot of inputs though. Well then I'm not going to build it yet because I don't have the stuff here anyway, so I can't easily get these chemicals over here. I was going to have to like manually put them into my system and stuff, and so I'm just not going to worry about it. I mean that works for me. So then if I'm not doing the rocket right now, then I got to work up here, which is going to be actually a lot of work probably anyway. Okay, well I'm glad I realized like I don't need anything from these rockets. Especially this first one. I was already thinking like this first one doesn't really get me anything. Except for the naquada that I don't know how to pronounce. It says for an efficient silicon wafer, but whoop-de-doo. Yeah, I mean, and then this, it just says, is material needed for the tier 4 rockets. Okay. Oh, it says you can find platinum there, though. I don't even know what's going on with that planet. Other than, like, the nice ores you can find. There's nothing like I don't feel like I can get right now. And what does this get me? Looks like nothing. I mean, other than eventually the parts probably for the rocket or whatever, which isn't any of the stuff I'm looking at right now. So these 4 ores it showcases, well, there's only these 2, and they are both just used for the next tier rockets. And then this is the only ore I cannot get at all right now that means something to me. And it also says like I won't even be processing it correctly all the way probably, unless I want to make the line right now, which I don't. And then that's just used for better wafers. But you can see like qubit wafer. This is the only way I can get it, so it doesn't make a difference because I need the nano CPUs, which I get from normal CPUs. It doesn't make a difference what I use here in this first step. Oh, I'll have to start using distilled water in my laser engraver. Oh, and then water grades come into play. Nice. Oh, is that really next tier? Maybe that's next tier. Oh, that requires the assembly machine. Anyways. All this can be made in the IV circuit assembler. For this, I need an EV cutting machine in the clean room. Is that not what I have right now? And then I need either a chemical. That's what I have right now, no? These are EV. So I can just straight up make it, and then I just need the circuit assembler. It's crazy. I have a lot of CPUs. So these do need to be nano. Yeah, nano wafers, which I have none of technically. Why don't I get these turned then right now into what I do need? In the chemical reactor. Take all these CPUs and put them in here. Take the carbon fibers I do have, put them in there. Sweet. So I just need more carbon fibers. Well then, I'm done with this stuff for now. I'm just gonna break everything I had placed, which is really just the machines here. Carbon fiber. I can dump all that, and I'll be getting some nano CPU wafers. How many do I need? That's my next question to figure out. One more thing I want to note too, like I had switched this to 1.2 dimethylbenzene instead of the 1,3 I was getting. The 1,3 is used for nothing. I get 8 carbon and 10 hydrogen. What is this one? 8 carbon, 10 hydrogen. So why in the world did I pick to use the 1,3? I don't know. I thought because it's used in nothing else, it's the perfect one to waste, but I should want the one that you can use for other things. So I don't know, that was just funny I did that. And then there is another option of the here there's 1,4, which that you can also use for stuff. So I went out of my way and had chose the one that was used in nothing else. I don't know why. What is this used for? This stuff for Kevlar. Fun. Yep. I guess let me grab some sulfur too, because it's kind of going through right now. I'm kind of getting low on sulfur. Up over here. Yeah. Okay, this is what I want to do now. So I don't know what are like my highest priorities of using this for. Oh, that's right. I need it for assembler machine casing. So I'll need a handful for that. That's gonna be a while off, so I'm not worried about making circuits for that yet. So what else? I guess if I can see stuff. I can't make any of these. Yeah, every single thing, including like the simplest motor, I have to make in an assembly line now. Oh my gosh, it's expensive, man. So I'm just gonna assume that there's not anything I want other than this, probably. Yep. Quantum mainframe. All these have one. So this is a better EBF. Um, and it's fast. So I might want that, I don't know. And then this is just a better vacuum freezer, I guess. Pyrotheum. It says I need a constant supply of whatever pyrotheum is. I don't know what pyrotheum is. For the maceration stack, this is worth doing. Requires a ZPM, tungsten carbide, IV macerator. This is plat line, so I'm not going to worry about that yet, and I'm also don't need it that bad. Okay, I'm going to assume it says 10 liters of blazing pyrotheum per second during operation. So I'm assuming this is annoying or stupid to get. I don't even see how to get it. Is there like 3 different versions of this? Oh, okay, duh. Very rare from blazes. I can mix it with coal, sulfur, redstone, and blaze powder. Get it from bees. So this is the most normal looking thing it looks like. And how much do I get? I get 250, so it can run from 25 seconds. Yeah, so that's really bad. This would be the easiest way to do it. For 25 seconds of runtime, I'm using a blaze powder, a redstone dust, sulfur, and coal. That is just not worth it. Yet. Or maybe ever. So, okay, it does genuinely look like the only thing I want is that. Yeah, and I'm gonna guess. Yeah, all that stuff's gonna be stupid and annoying. So just this, I'll settle. Finally. Let me make sure. So the only special blocks in here are these. Which these I am absolutely certain are very easy to make. Yep. So I've looked through all these. Yep, nothing crazy. Craziest thing is this field generator. I need 4. So I need 16 ZPM circuits. So let's have some math. I need 16 ZPM circuits. 32 LUVs. Yeah, okay, so 64 IV. Yep, still 128. So 128 EV circuits. Sign. 128 EV circuits for tree multi. Or 16 ZPM for tree multi. There we go. So in order to get the multi-block, I need 128 of those. So then these are all normal things, right? So these are all reasonable things. So the only like crazy new things I need, I kind of need a ton of platinum, but it's this qubit processing unit, and then the circuit board here. That are the crazy things. So, how many of these goes in to one quantum processor? Just one. Yeah. So I just need one qubit for each. I mean, I need a lot of these circuit boards, but I was expecting that. Why don't I get some energetic alloy? Oh, that's this one. Okay. Or no, what the hell do I have to smelt this on blast furnace, right? Yeah. I'll just grab it. I made all this to get vibrant alloy, but... Oh, my tungsten steel is actually done already. Cool. 2 every 5 seconds. They come out good, I guess. Those vacuum freezers slow actually now. That really needs to be on like double IV or something power. Okay. So these circuit boards again, sodium persulfate, very easy to get. Energetic alloy foils, pretty easy. I need the fiber board from aluminum, very easy. Sulfuric acid, very easy, and then epoxy, which of course I have. Oh, I don't have this though. It has to be, well, I can just do raw carbon fiber and epoxy it in a chemical bath, and I'm good. So these circuit boards are actually very easy, and I can just set up a line for it pretty much. So that's not a problem at all. So I'm not even gonna think about it. So these qubits, I need 128 at least of this. So 128 divided by 4. I'm trying to figure out the exact number because some of the stuff, and especially the thing I'm looking at right now, are kind of expensive to craft. So 128 divided by 4 is 32. So 32 of these is what I need. So that's 32 indium if I do down here. So which one of these is better? 32 qubit wafers. $32 qubit wafers to 128 chips or whatever. Or what are they called? I don't know. Cut wafers. So this one is 500 radon for each. 2 eyes of ender for each. How many 2 eyes of ender for each? So that's 64 eyes of ender. So I have enough. This way is better for power and time. This way then also uses, what's 288? How do I get this? So this way uses a thing of gallium, which Okay, keep that in mind. So this uses 1 gallium, and this uses a third, technically. This uses 1 arsenic, this uses none. This uses 500 radon, this uses 50, this uses 200 Is, this uses none. But then this uses phosphorus and indium. So it looks to me like the bottom one's better. I was trying to convince myself it's not. But I just don't know about the indium though. Phosphorus dust. Let me look up phosphorus. How much phosphorus do I have? See, not a ton. There's a way to get this though, isn't there? I'm not doing. I think it's with apatite. It's like an actual chemical process, I think. It doesn't really look like it. Maybe I'm crazy. Guess I'm crazy. Where is phosphate though? At least like 2 tiers away from that. Oh, this is from rare earth, right? Oh, this is it. Phosphoric acid, where 1 cell of it gives me 1 phosphorus. I get that from free water, apatite, sulfuric acid. I also get hydrochloric acid and some gypsum, which whoop-de-doo. So phosphorus isn't a problem, I guess. Radon isn't a problem at all. Sorta. 500 times 32 though. It's like 5,000 times 3, so it's 15,000. I mean, I'm using a little bit, but I can easily double my production of that if I wanted to right now. Or get like a big multi-block that can do it way faster. So the radon's not a problem doing this top one. So that's just the indium. So I get indium from wherever the hell planet that's on, but more realistically. I guess more realistically, it's just the way I've been getting it. So the way that I get it is 36 aluminum for 1. Sulfuric acid, free, kinda. You know what? Actually, I didn't realize this. So I put in galena and spherulite, which is lead and zinc, and then what I get out is lead and zinc solution. Oh, I get all my sulfur out at the end. Yeah, in the parts that I would have. In the water too, is that a loop with the water? I do put in water, right? Oh no, I don't. It's probably a loop with sulfur though. 2 sulfur, 1 water. Or I don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter. So I kinda guess actually the only thing I'm losing is the aluminum. And aluminum dust. 46,000. I don't think indium's that rare. I think I'll do the bottom one. I think that's the best thing. For now, at least. So doing the bottom one is very easy for me because all I gotta do is pick up radon and then get some indium gallium phosphide right here. And I need 32 of these. So let me just make whatever that gives me. Or I'll just make 32, what the hell. And what is it? It is phosphide, right? Yeah, and then gallium dust. I'll just roll with this then. Right there. And then to make that indium, it can be in any mixer, so I can just do it over here. Sweet. Alright. Cool, everything's still good. Sweet. Don't need all the ender eyes. I'll just cancel them, but I'm probably all crafting already. I'll drop the molten thing. I don't need that anymore in my inventory. Okay. So now comes kind of the fun part. Oh boy. So, I have been doing all my circuit crafts on my old base still, but I want to do it here and I want to get it automated badly. So I need these 2 blocks here because I have a controller block already. So do I have any plasticrete? I know I started trying to get these. I have 1 in there. And then filter machine casing. I have none. So I need these. So I need polyethylene pulp. I have some. I need glass or wet concrete and black steel. That's why I have so many black steel frames. Yeah. Concrete. I have some. Supposedly I can make some. Sure. I guess I'll make some. See if that works. It does work. Okay. Well then I can copy that recipe pretty easily right here. And then as long as I put it into a dual interface, then I'm good on an assembler. It's a wire mill, assembler, dual interface. Plasticrete blocks, please. Can I get like 100? Yeah. So I'm just gonna make those. And then I need some amount of filter machine casings. So steel bar, stainless steel. Alright, I got those. Aluminum rotor. Got those. Motors, though. Got those. Don't really have the item filters. I'll look at that in a second. And then steel bars. I do have those. So I really got everything nearly. Item filter, though. Those I don't. I can craft them. I need zinc foil and carbon mesh. What is this compressing it? Oh, and assembler on 2. That's not bad. Carbon. Is there an assembler on 2? I don't know. Let me just make that for now. I'll have to remember to turn that on to 1. Yeah, it's better than steel wire. Or, yeah, and using polyethylene, it's better. Okay, so then I need zinc foils. So let me just bend them and then I'll bend the plates. Okay. That'll be the filters. So then, to get applied energistics in, you have to like use this and this, and I think literally this is all I need. Yes. Each block uses 10 plus distance plus natural log of like 3, because that's what I'm going to do. So natural log of 11 or so. So natural log of 10. Like 3 or something. So which is like 16 AE per tick, which I think is 8 EU. Does not work across dimensions. Yeah, so I have everything I need for that. So then I can just move it here, I guess. Yeah. Now let me get all these plates I have going. Cool. I'm just gonna stop that while I'm here and I can remember that I want to stop that. Alright, item filters. Item. Everything comes up when you look at the item. So I can't quite do 100. Oh, I can't quite do many. Ten. Sure. I guess what? I only need like 16 if I make it 1 block bigger. Currently I have it as small as possible. I think I have 9 of these blocks, and then now the roof's going to expand to 5x5. So has this gone? Yeah, okay, it is going up. So I need like 16. So I need a few more. I'll just worry about that in a little bit. I'm gonna see my power. Is it getting near full? It's halfway. That's good. Did I put these into... Yeah, I did. Am I gonna make exactly... I'll do a little bit more than exactly the minimum. And then I just need radon. Which I guess I can grab right here. Let me go back to my old base with that, because that's all I need to get these qubit wafers. So you can see, yeah, like the roof of this has the mandatory controller thing here. I think this can be like 7 by 7. I can make it kind of deeper. I don't know how I'll get in. Maybe still this thing, I don't know. Or maybe I'll use glass when I do it a little bit more. I'm only at third. Oh, I'm about to be at 32. I'm going to be at 32 after this. So, stop extracting. Put those in there. Grab the glowstone out. So then I'm putting in this, and my nano CPU wafers. Well, I'll take a second, but I want to see how that's looking. Well, titanium, that's so much tungsten. Oh my gosh, I thought it was like carbon or something because there's so much of it. That's so nice. What's going on here? I'm just out of hydrogen at the one part again. This is my tungsten production right here. It's a mess because I'm just grafting in tanks to supply hydrogen, because now that I've moved everything out, I don't really have a hydrogen supply. Alright, this is going now. It'll take 60 seconds, so it'll take half an hour, and then I'll have all the ones I need exactly, at least. Look at all that tungsten. I'm back at 1,000 again. That's crazy. Now I have a lot of those. That should be enough for all the machine casings I need. And then I'm really quick just gonna make this recipe. This has to go in here. So just temporarily it's in there though. Am I still making item filter? That finished. I just make 10 more here. Sweet. And then now I'll go and say I need 16 filter machine casings. I have exactly enough item filters to do that now. Sweet, and I'll let that go. That works for me. Let me check, because if all the items are deposited in there already, I'll just replace the pattern. Oh, you're making item filters in here right now. Whatever. There. Distributed that so I can get that out a little bit quicker, hopefully. And then I can instead just be waiting in the vacuum freezer, I guess. That's everything, yeah, because there's 16 of each. So I'm gonna take out that pattern I just put in there. And delete it for now, because I should nearly never need more of these, I'm sure. Not for a while. Then finally get those out of my bookmarks. I'm just gonna get rid of that too. That's worth keeping. This is worth keeping because I decided that was the best way to get polyethylene. Keep it wafer, I don't need any more either. Okay. Oh, it's a blood moon. So, there it is. That's what I need. A diode of 4 IV amps. That's exactly what I need, so I don't even have to worry about that. Why do I have that? Couldn't tell you. I don't know why. I don't know why I have that, but that's what I want to supply to my clean room. That's perfect. Take all these plasticrete blocks. Then I'm gonna wait for that to be done soon. Where do I want to build this? That's the next question. Okay. Nice. Wow, that really makes my FPS drop. What the hell, man? If that blew up my machines, I was gonna be mad. I don't understand why this happens with some machines. Like it happens here. This output hatch gets a drop in it for some reason. I don't understand it. You know what? I should actually collect these levels. In general, so that this doesn't get full. Unless I'm doing vanilla enchanting or something, where the levels are stupid. But I'll just collect a bunch because it's getting full anyway. Cool. 227, that's a pretty cool level. These are about the only mobs I see anymore after I put down all those mob repellers. Monster repellators, they're called. Okay. Did that thing finish? Yep. Filter. Machine casing. I gotta figure out where I want it. So it's gonna be a 5x5, or that's gonna be the area, but it's really gonna be 7x7. It has to be inside a chunk. So it's a 7x7 like look like 3, 4, 5. It's like one of the most awkward numbers, kind of. Yeah, kind of is. So I would say that's like, it needs to be in this section. Oh my gosh, I'm lagging over here from these stupid gold swords, man. I really don't like these blood moons. I wish these don't happen, because it's... Oh, it's cool though. But it's just annoying. Not being able to see for a little bit. If I was trying to like do cables right now, I'd be pissed. Probably. Because the superconductor IV ones are really hard to see with my black bricks I have everywhere. So I think I would like to do in here. I can't do on the second floor because obviously it's the second floor. I won't be able to see anything. I could just have it sitting out. I kind of want it hidden like I did at my old one though, I think. I guess I could maybe do like here. Am I ever gonna expand this way? Oh, no I won't. Probably. Actually, I could see myself expanding. At some point, that's kind of logical, but it doesn't matter if I'm underground here. So I think I'll do underground here. If I center it on this block, everything's still in the chunk, it's just the walls will be under this. Let me dig it out now. Or dig this out. Oh, that's why I didn't keep digging this way, because there's a cave. I'll just dig all this out. This was like the last chunk of dirt down here I didn't dig, I think. So there you go, that's the edge of my base. I mean, this is lit up fine, I'm not really worried about mobs somehow getting out, but where's it going to be centered here? So that would mean it's like this, so I want it hidden. And then I do believe it's like that. I guess let me check. Yeah, so like this is kind of the idea of what I'm building here. This is 193. How many are in my current one? So I might need a couple more. But that's not a problem to crafting that. Does it say what I can do? Controller top center. If width, okay, width or length can be even. So width times height times length, 3 by 15, 4 by 15, 3 by 15. So, yeah, 4 by 15 is the height. So it doesn't matter, it can just be anything up to 15 blocks that I want. Does need an energy hatch too, yeah. And a maintenance hatch. Any EV plus tier glass. I don't think there's a point of using glass. Machine holes or diodes for items and power transfer, same thing because I'm doing wireless applied energistics. So there's no point on that. Doors there kinda is, but like I'll just use the elevators that I want to use. So okay. So I think I'm good to build this. That's just good to know I can do any height I want. It's the big thing I was looking for there. But I'm gonna do this big for sure. I feel like this gives me enough space to do what I want in here. Yeah, and then I have 8 at the old base, so that's all that. So then it's just how deep do I want to go? So if I just put the floor here, I'm stuck with my head hitting the wall like it is now. That drives me nuts. If I do one, I'll at least have a block to jump. I think I want that block to jump. So it'd be like that, and then now this is the floor. That one's I'm down here in the stone now. Alright. I'll have the entrance be like here. Cool. Pretty much happy with it. Only other thing is this. I don't want a cave connected, even though mobs probably can't even spawn there. I want something that close to this giant multi-block here. And then no mobs are going to be able to spawn here, right? Yeah, it says it's dark, like here. There's a little thing at my top left that tells me how dark it is. Alright, no mobs can spawn if they could. They couldn't. Because of the light level. Okay. And it's all in one chunk. Cool. So then the cable diode. Energy hatch doesn't matter where it goes, it's more this cable diode. I think it would be good for my machines to be like here. So oh, how do I want to set this up? Man. Okay, when I go in, I'm probably running this way most likely, or like this. So I want it here, or probably more here, the machines. Because I'm going to be teleporting down on this block. So I would want it this way, but that's the next chunk. So I think I need the IV cables to come in, like here. And then the energy hash can be wherever it wants to be. And then maintenance I can just put on one of these, and then when it needs maintenance I can come inside of it and do maintenance in here. Because then from there I'll distribute power, and then I can have the machines actually like lined here and have applied energistics. I just want a lot of sides for applied energistics to mess with them, is kind of the big point why I'm thinking about that. That all being said, I think the only machines I'm going to have in there right now is maybe a circuit assembler and an assembler and a laser engraver and cutting machine, actually. So. Okay. So that's that. Kinda done. This really needs LUV circuits, are you kidding me? I just crafted some, man. And I didn't make any more. No, dude. Well, I made a ton of IV, that's what I was after, so. I just need 2. I'm gonna make exactly 2 because I'm gonna be crafting a new set of circuits that's kinda cheaper, technically, so. This is Enderman, man. Get out of here. Alright. Then I'll do this recipe. Actually, I didn't make any of these at all, so I don't know what I was talking about. Some aluminum frames in case I don't have them. What else? Inductors, capacitors. Capacitors. And RAM, which I'll have there. Is this still going? I think it should be. Yeah. So I'll just take that out. Down, I'm just not going to insert for a minute. Leave that RAM in there. And it's just box frames going. I'll just leave all this here. I'll take those EV circuits though to go. And then once this is done in 2 seconds, I'm gonna go ahead and get these going. Okay. And then that will be my next circuit assembler. Oh, I need 1 more, don't I? So I got a robot arm in here. And then that's IV, or no, this is IV circuit. These are the LUVs. Never mind. I'm okay. Look at that, I got 21 qubit wafers. Okay. That did make it clear. What am I missing here? A platinum cable, conveyor modules, an IV machine hall. So I do need 1 IV machine hall. Conveyors. Let me make the robot arm first. Need 1 of these. Oh, that's not bad at all. A lot of this stuff I kind of have ready. Tungsten steel rod's taking the longest. then what? I'm just missing a platinum cable. Which I don't have at all. Oh wait. Let me just take these wires. Then what is that? It's the poly stuff. Okay, I need some silicone rubber in there. Cool. I just need the one. Okay, I'll get it. You say you're all done. There's my 2 LUV circuits. Pull that out. And I'll just leave it like that. And then I want to get these going again. True. I brought back some RAM chips with me. Alright, that's everything now except conveyors. I need 2 of those. I don't have graphene. Really? Really, man? Now I'm out. Like the last step. I can make one of them. I can't make the other though. Anything here crazy? Not really. I have to make some tungsten wire. Or some tungsten 2x wire. I need graphene. Damn it. That's like the worst thing I could have said. Finally delete all these circuits from my thing. And then this time, well actually I probably won't leave them in my bookmarks. Because I always want to have them bookmarked progressive so I can see what all I need. But I'm going to be applied energistics and everything, so I don't really need to do that, I guess. Well, oh, finally almost done cooling all the tungsten steel at least. What's my power say with only half the EBFs running? 2 hours, see? So I should say like 1.5 maybe for when they both turn off. Which will actually be a while. Might be 2.5 hours. Machine casing. I need 56 of these. So I need like 32 more of these. And I don't know whether I want to leave these in the thing or... So I need all these for my Exxon Chemical Mobile plant to make the Dango distillus. I guess I would leave them in there. I don't know what else I need IV tier stuff for though. I kind of just want steel now. Oh, that tungsten steel craft finally finished. 2 hours. Okay. So let me just look again at the conveyor. I don't have graphene. To get graphene, really interesting, only the lathe you can put in the forge hammer. That has to be an accident. Maybe. I don't know. That's really weird. Well, this is what I would. This looks great. This recipe. Oh my god. Carbon to graphene. IV power for 30 seconds, you get one. It's a little ways away. Glowstone to Sonarium piece. To be turned into Sonarium. To get dust. Well, this thing looks great. Series glowstone. Cheese to get cheese curd. Oh, redstone for ruby dust. Copper for nickel. Yeah, these are kind of goofy. Gold for silver. It's like carbon for graphene. That's great. Gold for platinum dust. Are you kidding me? It takes a ridiculous amount of time though. But passive platinum, man. What was that? 40 million EU per tick. So 10. I can count how many times I could do that. I could do it 100 times. That is a really interesting book. Anyways, I need graphene, and I'm not in LUV. I don't have these wafers. So I can use the assembler here with phosphorus doped wafers to get some. I think I actually have. Oh, I'd have some here, really. This I really need to automate or do something with. At least like the phosphorus doped wafers, I kind of need like a bus of 64 of them or something. Or not 64, but I don't know. I need something. Well, I guess I'm gonna be moving away from them soon because I'll be using the Nasquada or whatever you say, however you say it. I need advanced glue. I do have some here too. Well, today is just full of surprises because it's actually not a humongous pain to make this like usual. I can just stroll over here and there you go. Sweet. Um, Alright, what else is going on? I'm basically happy with the qubits. I need nano CPUs. I don't know how I am on those. I guess I need all the usual stuff. I need a lot of platinum wire. Yeah, it's in every single step except the last. So I actually need a lot of this. I can get over 1,000. Oh, this is the new Electrum, I guess. Because I'm going to need 128 of the EV ones. Which that itself is 800, nearly 1,000 of the platinum. So I think I did 1,600, right? Or I did 1,500. That should be enough, because then it'll be about 800. Or now. No, because it probably goes up how much I need each time, so I probably didn't really make enough. 128. Yeah, it goes up. Yeah. Well, I'll need some more. I was just looking at the rewards there. Can I automate this right now, actually? No, not quite. I almost can. Do I have a chemical bath? No. Okay. I think I'm close enough to that. I can definitely just make a large chemical reactor setup for this. And then I need coil, or just one, and PTFE casings, and then energy hatch of the IV, and then I need other maintenance. I need input hatches. Sure. How long does this say? 90 seconds? LV? Really? 25 LV? Wow. So what does this do? This does salt water and then nothing else. I kinda could just stack it on this. I kinda want it to be a separate thing. Okay. And then I'll grab these. Alright, they're built. So I want this bottom one to probably be the step. So the top one needs to be the step, so I need an input. Do I want to have the chemical bath just attached to this too? What is 1 LV? Cable 32. So if you look, it says 10 EU per tick LV, and then the production of this is 15 EU per tick LV. So that means if you gave both of these 1 amp, because 10 plus 15 adds up to 25 when 1 amp of LV carries 32 voltage, you could just attach these both to 1 amp. Although it's 2 machines, they can run off of that 1 amp, as long as this doesn't accumulate maintenance issues. And I think that's worth it. Is that worth it? I don't know how to automate this, honestly. I kind of don't know what to do here. I could have a bending machine. How fast is this? 25 seconds. These have perfect overclocks, so there's no reason not to give them EV power. But if I make the top one HV and then I just do this and an HV bending, this and an HV chemical bath, that gets rid of my power problems that I'm worried about. And then this will be 90 seconds divided down, and this will be 50 seconds divided down, so the step is still faster. Anyway, so I'm still going to be waiting on this, and I'm not going to give this IV power, so there's not a reason not to do that, because I'm still going to be limited by the one thing, so I'm actually going to... And then if I'm doing it like this, I probably want it to be up here instead. So where's an HV energy hatch? Should have some. And that is going to go with a little transformer. And then a chemical bath, which of course I just have to autocraft. And then a bending machine, which that I probably don't have. HV bending. I need another piston. Sure. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break for just a second. Alrighty. So I'll have these machines. I think what I'll do is for like the bending machine, I'm going to have it pull in energetic alloy non-stop. Um, so ideally, I would want every single step of it leading up because I'm going to be automating these boards, right? Um, I really don't know what I'm getting at. I don't know the best way to do this at all. I just don't. Let me look at the quest for it too, because actually I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll do the carbon. I don't want to do that. Yeah, why would I want to do it this way? I guess glass is free, but boron isn't. I don't know why I'd want to do it that way. I have infinite carbon. Um, okay, I just said it. I have infinite carbon. So there's no reason not to dump in carbon like into the chemical path. Epoxid I don't. So I think what I'll do is when I want this circuit board, I'll say you need to send epoxid to this chemical bath. It gets turned into the fiber reinforced epoxy resin sheet. And then this sheet goes into here where aluminum is bent and sitting. Sulfuric acid is sitting. And then this board goes into here. What is this? This must be LEV circuits. Yeah. Okay. It goes into here where this is sitting and this is sitting. So the fluids are free. The only thing that's concerning is this energetic alloy, because to get an ingot to bend, you need this dust, which needs to be EBF'd. And to get this dust, you need gold, conductive iron, black steel, which is all made up of all this stuff here. And that's kind of just a lot of stuff. So I think this might be like one of my first auto craft things I want a level emitter for. If I'm under like 1,000 of these ingots, I need to craft them up. So let me get another sign for like auto craft contenders. So it's definitely going to be energetic alloy ingots. Because the thing is, if I request these boards and I'm expecting the sodium persulfate to be there, the energetic alloy to be there. I'm expecting the aluminum and the sulfuric acid. And then I'm expecting the carbon to be there. And then I'm putting in epoxide, because that's my rarest thing. My second rarest thing, I feel like, is the energetic alloy. So I need to make sure that that's there. Yeah, and this is 3 ingots per board of this, too. I need a lot of it. So I only have enough for 333 boards. I need 128 plus 64 plus 32 of them. So I'm going to be using 2/3 of how much I got. Alright, so that all being said, so we're going to step down EV to HV power, like it says. I'm going to use superconductor wires for this probably, so I can make it look a little bit, I'll just have them here. Where do I want them, there or over here? I'll put them here, because that'll look a little bit nicer. No, it won't look nicer. It's not going to look nice. This is a bending. What goes in the chemical bath? It's the... This needs like multiple applied energistics connections here. Okay, well, supposedly you don't need wire if you just do this, so I'll just do that. Well, then if I'm doing that, I'm just going to do this. Supposedly I'm not going to need any wires. And that just touches everything and it's all good. So then this just needs power. And then applied energistics there. Okay, I think that makes sense. Alright, so let me start getting it set up then a little bit. I need like some exports from applied energistics here. I have all my hatches and stuff I need still. I need superconductor wire. I guess that's gonna be the problem with this. I'm actually gonna just use. I don't think I need the HV wire actually. Oh, I don't have like any super. What's going on? Okay, well the steel's almost done, so I guess I'll cook up some superconductor EV again. Because I'm like out. Sweet. Just gonna position it like this. So that will do. Finish the steel because I just want it done. How long does this take? I want to see because I haven't seen the full. It takes 6 seconds to make 18 with only 5600 EU per tick. That is really good. That's really good. Well, now that is running that. I'll actually move some over into it. Sweet. export, fluid export. I need an import for the finished product, right? Could use an interface. I need an interface. A dual interface. I guess I'll take this. Alright. So into the chemical bath goes epoxid through my dual interface and raw carbon fiber. So I need an export on it, which I'll just put on top, and the dual interface on the bottom that is going to send in epoxid. And then the export on top needs to be raw carbon fiber. And then in my bending machine, I need an export on this with a capacity card I don't have. I'm just going to grab that really quick. When I'm done with this too, I think I'm going to be done for today. Or wait. Well, I have a slight problem. I'll just use Ender IO conduit though. Okay. Oh, what's up? That was about to end actually pretty soon. Just so you know. I'm working on getting these more advanced circuit boards automatically crafted right now. I just need one more thing, aluminum ingots here. Yeah. And then what do I bend this on 10? I was gonna do polybenzimidazole today, because I need that for the tier 3 rocket. But then I realized the tier 3 rocket literally gets me about nothing useful that I can tell, other than the materials to get the tier 4 rocket. And then the naquadah that I don't know how to pronounce. But that is only useful in getting better wafers, and I do not care that much. Tier 4 rocket I do care about, but I need the assembly line to do it anyway too, so I was like, there's no point in really doing the tier 3 rocket until later anyway. And I'll just do I'll do my tier 3 and my tier 4 around the same time. So instead I've been working towards the next circuit line today. I'm also gonna like actually automate it with applied energistics finally too. And that's why I need these circuit boards set up here. So that's why I'm doing that. Which I'm almost done with this. So I actually didn't do this the greatest way. Or no, this will only export. Export the first item until the network is empty, then try the next ones. Or until the machine won't take it, and I don't think the machine will take it. Yeah. So I'm okay, I think. But then this, I want to go straight into an output bus here, or an input. So do that and item auto output. So then this top one's going to be the first step in this. I can probably just use a quad hatch here, actually. This might be a waste of a quad hatch. Are these cheap? I don't remember. They are pretty damn cheap, actually, so I'll just use one here. And I probably need another capacity card then. Okay, of course. Where is it at? Oh, I got them all. This is a good spot to do it. We'll get that there. Fluid export. It's gonna be a capacity card with sodium persulfate and sulfuric acid. I guess maybe I can ask myself again, is it good to use this over iron 3 chloride? What is iron 3 chloride? Probably this in one step. So 3 chlorine and 1 iron. What is going on here? uh, that's just weird because I thought you had to do this a different way. I guess not. I don't know. So to get iron 3 chloride, it's iron dust and hydro 3 hydrochloric. Instead, I'm doing this, which I need 2 of. So it's 28 of this. And I get hydrogen back. So 4 of this recipe is what I'm doing. So I'm using 4 sulfuric. And then I'm just byproducting a ton of hydrogen, I guess. So 4 sulfuric. 4 sodium versus an iron and 3 chlorine. I think the other way might actually be better. I'm gonna stick with this for now still, I guess. I don't know. So there's that anyway. So then the top one, I just need to be routing in the fiber sheets and the aluminum foil and stuff. So for this, I think I'll just use Ender IO probably. And I'll grab some Fluix cables to try to make it look nice, because I'm going to have a problem making this look nice, I think. Maybe I can just move stuff to the side instead of all behind it. That's Ender IO. So like I need a Fluix there. No, 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 no. That's good. So again, what's my problem? It's this one. So let me have it face this way. You're auto outputting actually. You don't even need an under IO conduit. So it's just you. I'm gonna have problems with this. I am. Maybe it's better if I auto craft the energetic alloy foils and the aluminum foils, because I would love to send them here like this, but this is gonna get full. I could just have another bending machine. Do I want to do that? I don't even know if this thing's gonna freaking get power either. God. Might have to scrap all this anyway. Because if I do it like this, then all my energetic is gonna get turned to foils and then have nowhere to go and then get stuck in here. And then I need aluminum foils in order to use the energetic foils, but I don't ever end up actually crafting them because it's full. So I think I need to fully scrap the bending machine then. And just move this somewhere else. I think I have to. So then now I'm just left with this. I don't even need this to come up here, but whatever. Yeah. I'm starting to think that just might be better. I wanted to automate it kind of and do it sort of passive, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna be done for now. So I'll just figure that out tomorrow. Oh, I should check my power really quick too. See, I'm getting full almost. I'm at 67%. That is true. You know what? You're right. I was just thinking about it wrong. Because I was thinking too, like I would. There's a block I haven't used yet called the level maintainer here. And this you can put 5 things in. And like if I don't have 1,000 iron ingots, it will try to craft up to 1,000 iron ingots. I haven't used it yet for anything. I've just, for the things that I wanted to maintain, like my mercury over here, I just have a little redstone set up with a level emitter here. But for complicated crafts, that machine's really useful. I think I'll just use that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I've been thinking about like what's the best things to do, and I've kind of been waiting because I don't want to like screw myself and use all my steel or something. Because I decided that 5,000 steel plates is a good idea to maintain when I don't really need that many anyway. I think I can just maintain like the circuit boards though at like a pretty high, kind of ridiculous number to start, like 1,000 or something. And then that will just auto craft absolutely everything I need. So I did the math earlier because my goal right now is the tree um this tree growth simulator, and this has 4 IV generators in it, so it needs 16 CPM circuits. So I figured out how much I need of everything for that. It's gonna be very similar to my old clean room. I'm just gonna have it over here now, and a little bit bigger so I have some space, because that was pissing me off. But alright, I'm done for today though. I gotta go. So alright, I'll stream tomorrow. Might be later. I don't know when I will tomorrow. Alright.